Hello everybody and welcome to Attunement Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be doing a pick-a-pile reading for you guys today, and it's going to be what good is coming your way. All right, so we'll go ahead and I'll introduce the piles. We have pile number 1 with the Ethereal Dreams Tarot. There's a little bit of a ash on that card. Ethereal Dreams Tarot with this, I think it's like a dragon scale, it's called dragon scale, like Scarlet Lemurian, I think. But it's so amazing. It's like very kind of bummed that the camera isn't picking up on it, but it's got this beautiful kind of pink to it. And it's called dragon scale because it has these markings at the top there. Okay, so dragon scale Scarlet Lemurian, if I'm not mistaken, but I know it's the dragon scale crystal here. Okay, pile number 2, we have the Earthstone and Boneflesh, or Bonestone and Earthflesh. I forget what it is called, sorry about that. But here we have the Carawhite heart, not Carawhite, Kyanite heart. Pile number 3, we have a Sunstone, Moonstone, Palmstone. Check out that flash there. Beautiful. With the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. Okay, Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. All right, go ahead and pick your pile and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you picked the dragon scale Scarlet Lemurian, or just the dragon scale crystal here, and the Ethereal Dreams Tarot, this is your reading. Okay. So like I told you guys in the intro, we are going to be focusing on the good stuff coming towards you. Okay, what good stuff is coming towards pile number 1? And remember that timestamps are in the description box. So if you wish to skip forward past the shuffling, any of those things, feel free to do so. You can skip right to the reading. Okay. I'd like to invite Spirit in with so much gratitude and respectfully request a message for pile number 1. A specific message of what good stuff is coming towards them at this time. What do they have to look forward to? What can they feel hopeful for? Just some bright spot. Please and thank you, Spirit. It's a little clumsy there at the end. Two of Swords. I'm going to take that as you coming away from indecision. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? Energy, the Sun. See, that's the underlying energy right here. So go ahead and put that right there, right behind your crystal. Okay, hopefully we can still see that. Okay, so it would appear to me, pile number 1, and I'll go ahead and as I read, I'll pull more energy for each card as we go along. Pile number 1, you have been in a place where you have felt as though things have been moving quite slowly. You know where you're going and you know what you want, and it's been very, it's been slow moving. And there's a part of you that sits in this energy that's just like, kind of like, why is this going so slow? Or am I really on the right path? Like, am I making the right decisions to move this along? Or whatever the case may be, right? So, you know, it's like there's been internal conflict here. That's the way I read this energy. You may have had conflict and harsh words with people outside of the situation. Maybe it's about the situation, but I see this more as like a self-stymieing, self-sabotage in the middle here. And that could be because of some indecision that's been here for you. Okay, so the good stuff I see coming for you is a moving out of this energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Sun card. So things are going to be turning around. Things will be illuminated. I get the sense that once certain things are illuminated, that will maybe kind of give you a boost or a push along here. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell me more about the Two of Swords, please? Justice. So yeah, there's been, you know, this could be about decision making for you and wondering what the best decision is to maximize the benefit for not just you, but everybody involved. Okay, which would say that your heart is definitely in the right place. Okay, and I would wonder if there's a part of you that needs to consider yourself a little bit more in this situation. I get the sense that when it comes to you beginning to put yourself first here, that's when this indecision comes in. So it's interesting because we have indecision, willful blindness, and then definite clarity. So that's the good stuff that's coming to you, is that clarity is coming here. Clarity is coming. Because once you hit the Justice, it's like the blindfold is off. The Two Swords come down to the 1. We have your wisdom here at play. So clarity is coming for you when it comes to this plan that you have, this long-term vision. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Five of Swords, please? The Tower, which is right here at the center. So the Tower, something came down, like something shifted big time. Another way to read this energy is that once you get clear on something, and the Two of Swords, you know, basically distills down, or maybe distills up, I should say, to the Justice, then that's when things will shift. And I get the sense that it's shifting for the better, right? There's some sort of homeostasis that you've been a part of that can no longer hold here. You can no longer hold. And so this very well could be a tower of your own making. And not to say that you wanted it that way. Like, you didn't make this decision or have this long-term vision or finally pull the ripcord on whatever it is you were humming and hawing about in order to mess with everybody else. Like, this is definitely something that you got clear on, that you wanted to, you know, take action on for yourself, and to really shift the homeostasis here, shift the foundation, because where it has not been working. Like, the Five of Swords would indicate why this tower needed to come down here. Whatever this was that you've been involved in is not needed to shift. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles, please? The Page of Swords. Yeah, see, that's just it. The slowness and the immovability, or the semi feeling of being stuck, or like your feet are in the mud. You could have had analysis paralysis. And with the Page of Swords here, it's like going from the Knight to the Page. You would talk yourself out of it on some level. You may have even seen things online where you were like, no, I can't, you know, I can't make this move. I can't make this decision here. So I see this as a reason why things haven't been moving. And I see this as a reason for things needing to move and things needing to just completely be swept. And this is where you are now, of having been in a space of indecision, willful blindness, and then finally taking the reins, you know, stepping into your power, making the decision. And in making that decision, it does shift. And then you are in a place to also start over, because Page energy is beginner energy. And we have a lot of swords here. A lot of swords here. So this is very much, I wouldn't be surprised if you've really been in your head, because we have the 5, 7, and 8. So with this shifting, there could have even been fear for you to shift, because it would knock you back to start on some level. But being a beginner is good. There's fresh perspective. You know, we're not all born being experts on whatever it is. So the good stuff coming so far, I see for you, is final clarity and a move. Making a move. Finally doing the needful here for yourself. This could also be a judgment coming in for you. Perhaps there was a waiting game for some sort of judgment to come down, and then that would give the new foundation for how to move forward. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Justice, please? 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's just been so much confusion, but with the Justice, this is clearing that up. And you know, it does take other people to look at this. Like if, for instance, this is a court case on some level, sometimes it's just out of your hands. There's willful blindness, and then, you know, too many options, too much emotional fragmentation around it. Too much emotional fragmentation. So the good stuff coming towards you is that the stagnancy you've been feeling, the stuckness and the slow moving energy is about to shift in a very big way. And from that, you're going to be able to move forward. And ultimately, there is happiness in your future here. But, you know, things have been challenging because of, you know, just all the different feelings you have about the situation, and those feelings can flood your heart and your mind and make it very hard to decide. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Tower, please? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're worried, very worried about being left out in the cold, or very worried about experiencing a financial hardship after you make this move. This could quite possibly be you leaving a job. wanting to quit, wanting to just pull the plug. You're like, I gotta be done with this business. Yes, I could see that being very, that if you're very miserable there, it could definitely give you a sense of relief once you decide to just up and be done with it. And the invitation from Spirit here is to make sure that you have, you know, skills and things to fall back on, most definitely. Having to keep these things in mind. Spirit, can you tell me about the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands? So there is something that you are going to be studying or moving towards. Like once this tarot, that's the second time I almost called this the tarot card. Once this tower comes down, you are in the beginner seat. But your growth will be very swift. Whatever it is that you're considering engaging in and wanting to move towards, you feel very, very passionate about it. You have a lot of drive. It's something that's very inspiring to you. This Knight of Wands, very different than this Knight of Pentacles. They both get things done. However, the Knight of Wands gets things done very quickly. There is an obstacle here that has prevented this Knight of Pentacles from fully moving forward, and it's something that you have been contemplating for quite some time. And the obstacle was the actual foundation upon which it sat. And your move to change it, shift it, maybe this is just you moving into a different department, because that's an option for you as well. You know, say if you're in a certain department and it's just not as inspiring, or it's super boring, or whatever the case is, or you don't get along with your colleagues, you know, to make some sort of shifts, even if it doesn't pay you as much, is going to be more beneficial, because then you will be in a space where you feel more inspired. You actually want to go to work. You want to engage in the work that you're doing, okay? I mean, and let's say, for instance, if this is something you're leaving and where you can just walk right into the next thing, that can be, you know, where you're being called to take action. So the good thing that's coming to you is clarity. The good thing that's coming to you is a shift in this stagnancy, this homeostasis. You very well may have been feeling as though you have been depleted of time and energy and resources. So let's just say, for instance, this job that you've been in, or the situation you've been in, has been very depleting. There's something like, to go from this energy to this energy is to really get one's power back. Okay? No longer in the land of confusion and emotional fragmentation. This is the Knight of Wands, the one wand in their hand, taking action, the fire coming off of their crown. This is fire of fire, okay? And we have a lot of planets moving into Aries. We are, you know, in Pisces season, but, you know, Aries season will be coming up shortly. So this stagnancy of having been in Pisces for a while with a few different planets even is going to shift. We're moving into a time of action. And so I think that is what is turning around for you here. And then we have the Sun. So whether or not you make this decision to move out and away and to sweep this foundation all on your own, or if, you know, or if it's helped along by other people, ultimately the experience of that is very destabilizing, even if it's for your best interest. But ultimately, it's going to be good. Ultimately, it's going to be good. Now, if we're looking at timelines here, We have the Sun, that's Leo card. So this is August. Okay. Tower, Scorpio, that's, you know, late October, November. What other majors do you have going on? Even just looking at the major arcana alone, the Tower and the Sun, that says to me that whatever was needed to come down for something new and awesome and more life-giving to come about. Okay, so that is what I have for you as far as the tarot goes, pile number 1. What I would like to do is pull an oracle card, pull maybe even a couple. We're going to look at, this is the language of letting go. We could go ahead and do that and see. Allowing things to happen. Oh, I love that for you. Look at that. With the directions. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Page of Swords. Because in the original, you know, in the Page of Swords, right? They're standing up on some they're standing up and they got like windswept, right? There's the wind is coming and it's blowing towards them and everything. See, look at the landscapes. Wide open landscapes here. And brand new directions for you. I love it when that happens. Oh, I just love it when the oracles reflect very powerful energies that are from the tarot. Okay, so allowing things to happen. So if this isn't a tower of your own making, like directly, when the tower does come, or even if it has come and you're like, oh gosh, I just need to hear something good, trust that it came in for a reason, and that's good, right? This is shifting things for the better. Okay, today I will let things happen without worrying about the significance of each event. I will trust that this will bring about my growth faster than running around with a microscope. I will have faith that my lessons will reveal themselves in their own time. Very, very nice. And I like how this speaks to the Knight of Pentacles energy. Okay. Let things happen without worrying about the significance of each event. That is an energy that does really tie the ankles of the Knight of Pentacles, is that analysis paralysis can come in and really stymie them. And they just are they're such beautiful, you know, that's such a beautiful archetype. Like they have such wonderful intentions and hopes and aspirations, and then, you know, maybe think too hard about all the externals, right? But this is a reminder and an invitation from Spirit to say, trust. Trust yourself. Trust the process. I want to pick something. I want to pick another one for you. Where is that one? Let me see. Hang on. I don't see it. Here we go. I like these. I like all my cards, but let me give you some plant remedy. So the good thing, pile number 1, is things are shifting for you and shifting for the better. That one came out. That one just slipped out. I don't know if you saw that. Rosemary. Clarity. Clarity. I feel like clarity was in here too. Clarity. Who are you really? Rosemary infuses the body with warmth and vitality, bringing security and clarity to the spirit, especially when it has lost connection with the physical world. Rosemary helps you to feel fully embodied and grounded so that you are better able to remember who you truly are. Yes. So pile number 1, this is saying to trust yourself, to know that the universe has your back 100%, and everything that is shifting is the good thing that is coming to you. Whether it's just coming in and you can sense it, or if you are actually making moves to do it. Okay? But it all is good because in the finish you have the sun here. All right? Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Earthstone, Boneflesh, or sorry. What is it called? Let me see. Wait a minute. Hang on. I know it's here. Ah, yes. It's called the Bonestone and Earthflesh. Okay, sorry about that. And the Kyanite Heart, pile number 2. This is your reading, okay? All right. So we are going to look at the good stuff coming towards you. The good stuff coming towards you. Ooh. Hang on. Dang it. Here we go. There we go. All right. I'd like to invite Spirit in with so much gratitude and respectfully request a message for pile number 2 for their greatest and highest good. Spirit, what are the good things coming toward pile number 2? What are the good things that are coming toward pile number 2? Lilith, so the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles wanted to come out. Could be learning something new or engaging in getting a brand new offer, beginning a new job. That's a possibility. Something with your stability, finances, tangibles. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Page of Cups. So you could have a new beginning in love, or just have a new kind of outlook on your emotional well-being. Could have some reflection. I love this imagery because there's something very peaceful about her, and see how her whole dress is like water. So this is an invitation to have a conversation with yourself, getting in touch with your emotions. This could even be small gestures, small messages on a emotional level. This could be an apology coming your way. Okay. Page of Swords, that's initiating a conversation. 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's some sort of initiation here. We have 2 initiation energies, Page of Cups and Page of Swords. So, you know, I get the sense that either an apology or a conversation is coming your way. This could really relieve a lot of burdensome energy you have been carrying. This could even be somebody coming in and telling you, hey, you know, we're getting somebody else to come in and help you share the load at this job or on this project. That's something that could be coming in that's good for you. Something coming in that is going to be, you know, it's not going to be grandiose. It's not going to be flowery. It's just going to kind of be a quick message to you that is really going to take a lot off your plate. And it's going to help you work a whole lot better, have a lot less stress. It's going to help you in connecting with other people that you work with. It could even be able to free up some of your time and energy so you could spend that time, that and I don't even want to say extra time and energy, because it's like, this is your life, you know, like spending more time and energy with your family instead of working so much. That could be a part of it. You know, there's just something coming in that's going to relieve you, that's going to help you carry the burden. Okay? And that's really good. You've been needing that. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Page of Swords, please? The Knight of Cups. So yeah, we got a lot of people in the mix here. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Let's say, for instance, the bottom of the deck energy was the Page of Cups, and then a conversation is initiated, and then we have a Knight of Cups. So another good thing that could be happening for you is that a conversation is initiated, perhaps even an apology is offered, and that puts you and this other person in better standing with one another again. You begin to see this person as more of an ally than they were before. Like the air is cleared. There's some clearing of the air here, which is nice, which is really nice, because, you know, when things are muddled and we're not getting along or whatever the case may be, that can feel very burdensome and heavy as well, especially if it's somebody in our family or somebody that we spend a lot of time with. Okay. This could even be somebody coming to you and telling you, I don't really get this energy, but it's another way to read the energy. It could be somebody coming in and maybe letting you know how much you mean to them, and maybe even how much you mean to the team or to the family. Like really helping you understand that you are valuable, and that they don't want to take you for granted, you know? Yeah. So some clearing of the air, some reassurance. Some reassurance. I get the sense that you've been feeling as though you've had to do a lot of things on your own. You know? You could have been feeling like you've had to do a lot of things on your own, and then, you know, someone is coming in to give you some words of encouragement and help lighten the load a bit here. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Ten of Wands? The High Priestess. Yeah, so I get the sense that with this energy, you have not been very vocal about how much you have been affected by what has been going on, and how you have been feeling quite burdened or taken advantage of, or feeling like you have to carry it all. And this is something that's good that's coming in, because somebody is coming towards you to reflect that they see that. And excuse me. And that really is quite helpful. You know, it is, in a way, to have that level of attunement and recognition from another person is, on the one hand, quite basic. If you're somebody who's used to not getting the basic, then somebody coming and actually reflecting to you, gosh, you work so hard, here, let me help you, is like huge. It shouldn't be, but I get the sense that in this case it is, because you are somebody who does not ask for help. Okay? You don't ask for help. So to be seen, even though you may have been hiding that, or you weren't quite forthcoming with that, is very significant. Is very significant. It's very helpful if you're the type of person to not ask for help, to have somebody come in and be like, gosh, I really see how hard you're working. Can I help you? Or not even just can I help you, like, let me help you, or I am helping you. I'm gonna make sure that, now you have Fridays off and, whatever. Okay. So Spirit, can you tell me more about the 10 of Pentacles? The 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, this just speaks more to the fact that you'd been juggling a lot, being the one to balance everything at work or in the family. You could have even been weighing, going back and forth on, maybe even teetering and tottering between what you invest your time and energy into when it comes to whatever it is that you want to create for yourself. Granted, you have to keep the home fires burning and keep the home nice and steady and strong. And that can be quite challenging, being the only one to do that. So I get the sense that maybe this person is coming in and being like, hey, like, you don't have to juggle it all. Excuse me. This incense smoke is coming right in my face. And with this can free up more time for you to be creative. It can free up more time for you to spend with your inner world here. A lot of times when you're doing so much for other people, you can really feel depleted and not quite in touch with yourself. And so this can hopefully lessen the burden for you to get back to center and get some self-care going here. So I see the good thing coming in for you is recognition, support, unasked for support, just somebody who like sees it and gets it, which if you're somebody who's not used to that is huge. Okay. This could even be somebody who is enamored of you as well. Really sees you and holds you in such a high regard. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Knight of Cups? The 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody that you work with. Somebody that's very conscientious, detail-oriented. They have more reserves right now. They're not depleted. They have the bandwidth to take on a little bit more. They're good at what they do, and they have the bandwidth for it. And they want to do it. They want to put this work in. They want to put this work in with you and for you. I get the sense that whoever's coming in to help you with this is quite grounded. They're quite grounded. Spirit, can you tell me more about the High Priestess? Five of Cups. Yeah, there's some grieving that you need to tend to. Things have been very, very heavy. Things have been very, very heavy, and there's an invitation from Spirit, something that you've been needing to turn your attention towards to really nurture your own psyche and your own soul. There's really a call for healing here. You have just been running and running and running and doing and going, where like you haven't been able to spend any time on healing and focusing on your inner world, you know, journaling, getting rest, recuperating, getting your bandwidth back. Like, this is like burnout mode, right? Like, I feel like you've been you've been burning out and have maybe been continuing to function on like running on fumes, basically, and somebody finally comes in and is like, hey, let me help you. And then once they do, that frees up your time for you to really just like allow yourself to, you know, have a good cry or sleep for a day and a half, or just to really like let it go, let it down, you know. Let these plates drop here. Let a lot of these wands drop here. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Two of Pentacles? The Ace of Wands. I like that, because the thing is that when you're able to be freed up and you're able to spend more time maybe with family and spend more time with yourself, spend more time with your creativity, this is a renewal. This is a renewal of your energy, a renewal of your inspiration, a renewal of having this like, you know, yes, I can get up out of bed in the morning and like do things that are going to be nurturing to me and to help, you know, help me feel more grounded, help me feel more like myself, help me feel more like I have the bandwidth to manage normal stuff, you know. And it's so important. And I feel like a lot of us just take it, like, we really do put those basic things on the back burner, especially if you're just like, like working and working and working, and then, you know, you really do need help and support. And when you finally get that, it frees up the space for you to just like collapse or something, and just to like rest and get back to center, as it were. But be that as it may, all the story and how it goes and the finish, I feel like this is amazing for you, because it's really going to help you feel like you have your energy back. It's really going to help you feel a lot more inspired. It could even be bringing in a whole brand new opportunity for something completely different, right? And it's important. It's so, and I'm really, I don't know who this person is who's coming in to like have this emotional attunement to you, and to really see and say, hey, I see you, let me help you, you know? Yeah, the invitation from Spirit for sure, and I believe that you're heeding it, is to allow them to. Allow them to. And that's really, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Renewed energy, renewed vigor. First, it's space, time, space to, the good things that are coming to you, pile number 2, is the time and the space to nurture yourself. It is also a person that is able to assist you by lessening the load You then, as a result, get to spend more time focusing on your healing and yourself and your creativity and time with friends and family. Just a less burdened day-to-day existence, and then in the finish, more revitalized energy, and even the ability to open up and see fresh opportunities that are coming your way. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for the tarot. All right. And what I would like to pull here, I'll pull you 2 cards. I'll pull you an animal card and then a flower card. Oops. Okay, Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So I feel like this is really good. It's like somebody's coming in to free up some of your time so you could actually nurture that part of yourself that has some freedom, has some movement and energy and space to completely engage your time and energy and focus into other things. You know, you don't need to it doesn't need to always be just work, you know, or burden, whatever the burden is. All right, Velvet Leaf, self-love. Velvet Leaf softly reminds you of your true nature, pure love, no matter what earthly chaos, negativity, or suffering you have faced. Velvet Leaf wants you to remember that you are a magnificent, pure expression of divine love made manifest in human form. You are love itself. Love yourself. You are loved. I feel like this right here, pile number 2, this is you getting back here. That is at the core center of this entire reading. Okay? And the good thing that's coming to you is that somebody, and whether it be circumstances, person, what have you, is coming your way to lighten your load so that you can have time to do just that. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that that resonated for you. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you picked the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens and this Sunstone, Moonstone, Palmstone, then this is your reading. Look at that. I love that stuff. That's so freaking cool. Gosh, that's awesome. Okay, let us get into your reading. So we are going to look at the good stuff coming your way. Okay, the good stuff coming your way. Now this deck is very large and is a little bit challenging to waterfall shuffle, but I'll give it a whirl. There we go. That's as good as that gets, really. Okay. Very large deck and also stiff cards, like a pretty thick card stock, but gosh, this This deck is just beautiful. I really love it. The imagery is just so pretty and so nice. Okay, so let's invite Spirit in at this time. With so much gratitude, I'd like to respectfully request a message for pile number 3. What are the good things coming to them? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is the 9 of Arrows, which is the 9 of Swords in this deck. So I get the sense, well, I'm thinking that this will be reprieve. What will be coming to you will be reprieve from depression, anxiety, and overwhelm. Okay? So what do we have here? So there has been kind of like a going back and forth. Maybe you've been juggling a lot, or maybe having a hard time deciding what to invest solely your time and energy into. All right. And this has caused you quite an amount of anxiety. And with the Judgment here, we have crossroads energy, like big lifetime crossroads energy. There is a calling. There is something that you're needing to hear and heed, right? Heed the call, as it were, to pick one of the pentacles, you know, pick your ace. And Pentacles is very long-term patient energy. It's like, you know, this is the seed for the long haul, okay? But you've been kind of having both for a while. And I feel like this has been on your mind, and, you know, it's really hard to invest your time in one thing over the other if there's something else you really want to get off the ground. Like, so say, for example, if you have a full-time job and a side hustle, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love my side hustle. I really wish that I could just work for myself and solely have a, you know, what is that word? Have like a sustainable income off the side hustle. You know, turn the side hustle into a real fully fledged business that works. And but that can be very hard to do that. And to get that off the ground, if you're having to share your time with your basic 9 to 5, okay? Now, with the Queen of Cups, this would suggest that you really actually do love both of these things, that your heart is in this, right? Your heart is in both of these places, okay? And that you do truly love it. However, your heart is also telling you that the Judgment is here. It's time to listen to your heart, to then let one of these pentacles fall and then plant the one. All right, but that's what's been keeping you up at night and having you feel very worried and all the things. And, you know, here we are, this little moth, you know, just kind of trembling in the night, worried and all the things. Yeah. But there's something very powerful about this, you know. It's like, why should, like, this moth has wings. They have wings, so they don't need to be tied down and brought down by these worries, but yet they are. So this tells me that there could even be the solution is already inherent in you. The solution to your worries is already ingrained, is already a part of you to rise above these issues, you know, to see, to listen to that heart space, to make that decision. Okay? That's what I'm getting from this energy. Another way to read this out, this could be it's two different commitments, whether they be people or time and energy things, okay? But we'll read on and it'll become a bit more clear. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Queen of Cups, please? 8 of Cups, yep. Queen of Cups, you're being invited to walk away from something. You're being invited to walk away from something which is actually one of these things. This is the invitation to do this. You needing to listen to this, make this decision to walk away. Okay? You know, you've outgrown it. It doesn't mean that you have any ill will towards it. It's just time. It's just time. Time to do that. Spirit, can you tell me more about the 2 of Pentacles? King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about business. This is about work. This is about time, energy, money. Which makes perfect sense that there would be so much worry and anxiety about choosing the one path, choosing the one seed to plant and grow and nurture. You know? And the King of Pentacles, it's like, that's at the center of the reading. So it's like, okay, you want to be able to let one of these pentacles drop, to plant the main seed, and to grow it all the way up to the King of Pentacles. That's steady energy right there. And that's the thing. That's what it takes. See, the King of Pentacles is focused on one thing. They can't have their energy stretched too thin. Their focus and their drive and their ambition is very much needs to be like, here's this one mountain that I'm climbing, you know? You can't climb 2 mountains at once. And that's it. Like, it's like, can you grow this, right? That's the worry. Like, if you do leave this job and plant the one seed, like, will you have enough? And with the King of Pentacles, it says that you will. Leaving and then King of Pentacles, right? Which, depending on wherever you are in this other endeavor, that might seem lofty. That might seem like you might not believe that to be the case. You know, this is also the wish and the hope. Leave here, get here, right? Spirit, can you tell me more about the Judgment, please? The Moon, yes. You don't know. That's what causes the scary anxiety, is that you don't know what's going to happen when you make this call, when you make this judgment call, when you hear it and you actually honor it, you know, and you do it. And it's like, you already know, pile number 3, because it's already in your heart here. You already know. But it is hard because it's really like kind of trust. It's like leap and the net will appear. That can be very challenging, you know, for a lot of us. But that's what this is about. Like, what if I choose wrong, you know? But this is a good stuff coming to you reading, right? So we see the invitation from Spirit. We do see the crossroads energy, you know, the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the Judgment, and the good stuff right here at the center of the reading. King of Pentacles holding the coin at the top of the mountain here. Spirit, can you tell me more about the 8 of Cups, please? 2 of Wands. So also some split decision energy. So here's this wand, and this is, I really love the Two of Wands because one wand is here. It has, you have staked your claim in this land already. This wand is in the ground. It's not going anywhere. This wand is a whole brand new inspiration. This little figure is looking this way. It has a little globe in their hand. It's like they're wanting to go, right? Moving, striking, like striking out on a whole new path. Look, they're both holding wands. One's a little frog. One is a little, whatever this is, weasel or something, or otter, weasel, I don't know, marmot. So here we are, right? Making that decision. This stake has already been claimed here, and it will remain here. Even when you go off and journey, if you were to come back, it would still be here. So this tells me that if you were to leave, let's just say for sake of story that this is a job, that you would be leaving a job to go strike on your own and see if you can like make this King of Pentacles business thing happen, right? And then, you know, if it didn't, you could come back. This is walking away to explore, to see what else is out there. We have double moon energy. You don't know what's going to happen, but you will not know until you make that decision, until you make that choice to walk away. Because once you make the choice, a whole brand new path opens up for you, a whole brand new unexplored horizon here. And you want to explore that horizon. That is pulling on your energy so strongly. You know, and we talk ourselves out of these big moves because it's like, oh my gosh, are you stupid? You're just going to quit your job with nothing else lined up? You know, like, God, a lot of people want to do that, right? And it can be very hard. It can be very hard to do that. It's like leaving that security, you know, but you have security in what? Security in continuing to go around and around and around, and this could just go on forever like this, couldn't it? This looks unfulfilling to me. This just looks like a little hamster. I mean, this is a snake going around and around, but this is like the hamster just running on the damn wheel and not going anywhere. This is sustainable, you know, this is sustainable. But do you want to sustain that? With the other, it's very much, you know, wide open, unfettered space. What's going to happen? We don't know, but guess what? We'll find out, right? Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the King of Pentacles, please? Four of Wands, brand new stability, joy, celebration, new commitments. This is commitment energy here. This is finding the one thing and really digging your hooves in and creating a whole brand new stable environment for yourself. Celebration, commitment. We go just juggling these Two of Pentacles, this semi-stagnant energy, to walking away, choosing the unexplored path, and then here you have it, the one pentacle, and then new stability, joy, abundance, things that you didn't even realize, you know. Yeah. That's the thing about the moon. It you only see the shadows. And despite the moon being here, this little brave little frog is going, you know. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the moon, please? The Four of Pentacles. That's what's keeping you safe here, is holding on to the assured money. holding on tightly, holding it down. That's the energy that makes the moon so much more scary. And with this right here, if we're reading this energy on this in this way, yeah, you strike out on your own, find a new stability, and then maybe there will be times for sure that you have to, penny pinch, or, budget wisely, right? Makes sense. Okay, so you'll have to budget wisely. Doesn't mean you'll have to budget wisely, or be so hyper vigilant about your coin forever. Ultimately, you'll be happier. Ultimately, you will be happier. And we are moving into the time of, everyone's talking about Saturn, Neptune conjunction in Aries, and how this creates a whole brand new 36-year cycle and things of that nature, and how it really is about making our dreams manifest. And Saturn rules Capricorn, and here we have Capricorn right here in the center of the reading, the working goat of the zodiac, the one who climbs the mountain, the one who really just puts their all into it and makes it happen, right? Makes it happen. And yeah, the time, especially in the sign of Aries, it requires that fire, it requires that drive, and it's not easy, but it's basically asking you or inviting you to fully make the choice, right? And then to fully own it and to fully boss up. It's gonna require you to basically, how is it that you are in a leadership role here, or the word stringent is coming to me, but that's not it. What is required, the structure, the discipline that Saturn, requires, so that it will take a lot of discipline. It will take a lot of discipline. So this is the good that is coming to you, pile number 3. The absolute clarity with regard to the opportunity to let one thing drop and to fully implant and dedicate your time and energy into one pentacle, the one thing that you're going to grow. And it would appear that when you make this decision, sight unseen, you don't know what is going to happen. It's not guaranteed, but that's it. This is about trust. This is about following your heart. This is about following your desires here. And even on a practical level, the thing that I said earlier about how this little moth is so worried, but what they have to rise above is already intrinsic inside of them. Whatever it takes for you to be successful, pile number 3, cannot be extracted from you. It is because it is an inherent part of you. It is a part of your spirit. So whatever it is that you're wanting to follow in your heart, this is about you working with whatever it is that you are meant to do, because this is why your wings are here, right? It's a part of you. It's a part of you. Whatever kind of skill or craft or whatever it is that you want to grow and do is something that's just already intrinsic to who you are. It's not anything that can be taken away. So you can trust it and you can move towards it, and you can try it and see what happens. It looks as though it would be very successful, Will you have to budget and be disciplined? Sure. But look at this. Like the Four of Wands, this new stability. This is beautiful energy. King of Pentacles, fantastic energy. You know? So that's what I have for you for the tarot, pile number 3. I know that you're scared, but I think that the tarot is inviting you hard and like loud and clear to make the decision to follow your skill set and trust that you are really good at whatever it is that you do and what you want to grow. Okay? So let us go ahead and choose an animal card and a flower card. Penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I love that. Inextricable from you, your magic. Okay. Borage. Optimism. Sweet borage encourages playfulness and spontaneity to help uplift your spirits when you are feeling disheartened and blue. Borage will help you to rise above sorrow and depression and instill fresh courage, enthusiasm, and confidence in your ability to move through life's obstacles. Yes. This helps you with this. Rise above wings. I said rise above before in the reading too. Rise above sorrow and depression. Instill fresh courage, enthusiasm, and confidence in your abilities. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Pile number 3. That is what I have for you. I really hope that this resonated. And let me know down in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.